Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to Straight Talk No Chaser, where the truth is bold, the takes are raw, and the combo hits harder than your favorite drink. I'm your host, Money Mike, coming at you real, unfiltered, and always with a full glass of facts. And tonight, for the first episode, I had to bring the heat with me. We got a full house of voices that don't hold back. First up, my right-hand opinion assassin, the man who never bites his tongue, face off in the building. What's up, bro?
So, take time for some.
And joining us as honorary co-host tonight, she got class, sass, and will hit you with the truth, smoother than Hennessy on ice. Give it up for Miss Lady D.
Hi, I'm Lady D. What I want you to do is I'm a grown woman with some grown experience. I've loved hard, lost feet, and now I'm here to talk about it.
And for our first special guest host, she got a voice, a vibe, and a perspective that's got the timeline talking. Welcome, Madam Dee to the panel.
It's good to be here, Money Mike, and be here with Miss Lady D. I'm sassy and classy, and I'm steady, but I stay ready. So whatever it is y'all want up in there, keep it juicy for the culture. This is what we pulled up for the streets. We talking about pop culture, black excellence, drama, wins, whatever trending in the culture. We sip on it, break it down, and it's out of the champagne ready. No cap.
All right, buckle up because tonight's topic is one that's got everybody in their feelings. We're talking about 50-50 relationships. Is it fair? Is it fake? Or is it just finances talk of folks who don't know how to love? Let's talk about it. Once again, welcome to Straight Talk No Chaser. I'm your host, Money Mike. We got Face Off, Lady D, and Madam Dee in the building. Going straight to the facts. Let's kick it off with some straight facts. Did you know 72% of millennials say they'll take broke love over financial stability? But when it comes to actual relationships, 33% of us have ended things over money. Real talk. What does that say about how we view finances and love? We're going to start off with Lady D on your perspective on this 50-50 thing.
Well, hey, I'm seasoned and I do understand that people are loving love over finances, but I never found out a way out how to pay bills without money. So, Money Mike, you gonna have to school me. I feel like that I don't know how it could be 50-50 because I'm willing to put my money on the table. But when we're talking 50-50, we're not talking about an emotional investment because I'm not going to take responsibilities. I work, and I'm not going to cook. I'm not going to clean. I'm going to do my part. But the other person that's bringing their 50, I'm going to need their portion with me because I've never been able to pay any bill on love. I've tried it several times. I told them I just love the man. They say we still going to need to get that 1,800 from you. I've never been able to do anything on love other than have a commitment because it's all about communication, commitment, and emotional investment. That's what love is all about.
Madam Dee,
Mm.
let's get your take on that.
Well, I agree to a certain extent because mine is hand in hand, the love and the finances. Because when I don't, I've never done 50-50 in my home. I've always done 100-100. And this is my second marriage. In the first marriage, it was the same way it is now. And when I say this, is because outside of money, things can happen in our life where one of us can get sick. Something can happen when somebody can go and fall to a point where they don't have it. And you have to be the one to take over everything. So having money and having love is gonna work hand in hand because if you're not loving the person when they fall down, you get up and you break at the first chance of something bad happening or you scared and you just running off that you're not able to be there to help the person. Now I do it. I take care of everything. I make sure we good. I cook, I clean. Yes, I provide. I look out for my husband. I have his back, and he does the same for me. And it is to a point where you say, well, if I have to do this and you have to do this, we got to meet hand in hand. And communication is big. And the finances come together, we do need that. But for as me not being able to love him, in order for me to do what I do for him and meet him halfway, I have to love him.
But you said y'all started out like that.
We started out like that.
So that makes a difference because you guys had the upfront communication.
Right.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't have their back, but what I am saying is that when we look back at our parents and our grandparents, they didn't work.
Right.
See, I worked several jobs.
Right.
They didn't work, so therefore they had time to be home. But when you get off at 5 and you drive an hour, do you be the only one go get the children? Do you be the only one help with homework? Because a lot of people are faced with that. So what I got from your conversation is that you have very unique because you started from the ground floor. It wasn't that you just fell in love, but before y'all got to love, y'all had an understanding. The first thing I said about the commitment and the communication.
Right.
But I feel like the youngsters today, they're growing up on what have you done for me lately?
Right.
But you're right, you could fall down. But what I'm saying is that I could make more money than you. But if I make more money than you, don't say because I make 100,000 and you make 40, you're not gonna cut the grass.
Right.
I can't afford to get the grass cut.
Right.
But what are you gonna do?
Right.
See, I don't want you to get too comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to
get too
I don't
comfortable.
want to be too comfortable.
Right.
I don't want to feel like that if I'm with you, that you supposed to do this, and I'm sitting at the bar talking about what he's supposed to do this. No, you ain't got $10 worth of gas in your car. Quit playing.
Exactly.
So I don't like that front like that.
Yeah.
I say that the reason why relationships don't last and marriages aren't lasting because the lack of emotional investment, commitment, and communication. You got them 3 things, you could be with a person forever.
Right.
Yes, if you don't have your car note, I got it. But don't let me see you out there washing your car and mine dirty and you ain't thought about me.
Yeah, you
because
better
I'm
take
the reason that I looked out for you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so
You
that's
better
all
take
I'm saying. Cause see that these new folks got a new word player, and I don't even know their language.
Right.
But, they be hot capping. They don't be at the basketball coach no more. They be sitting around talking.
Now we're gonna take it to Face Off, see what his opinion is on this whole 50-50
I'm
thing.
waiting.
Well, on the 50-50 thing, bro, I feel like as long as the bills is getting paid, no matter what the percentage of who is doing what, as long as it get paid, as long as you got lights, you got the rent paid, the car note paid, if you got kids, they taken care of. No matter, it shouldn't be no percentage, and I don't see what the push-pull is about taking care of a household, you know. As far as the children, each person has their role. Like the mom, she's going to make sure the kids has got lunches, they got clothes ironed. And as far as the day, of course, she's going to nurture them. And with the dad, can't no woman raise a man. So let that man take, control of what go on with the child. But it's got to be they want to say it's a partnership, but everybody is switching roles these days. The woman want to try to raise the boy, and the man want to try to raise the girl. That's why so many they confused out here. They don't know who is who. So with what I'm trying to make here is it has to be a partnership. It can't be a push-pull. Everybody got to do their part. But the confusion here is people letting people get in their relationships and their marriages. You got Susie over here trying to tell Earlene what she need to be doing in her household. So let them people run their household. You run your household how you want to run it, and you run your household how you want to run it. You know, I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna get in. You know, into it a little bit later. I'm gonna pass it on.
This is my whole thing
Okay.
when we talk about 50-50. If, just like Dee Dee and her spouse started off with 100-100, if 70-30 works for your household, let 70-30 work for your household. It shouldn't be about numbers.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the emotional support. It's all the parenting. It's a shared responsibility.
Yeah.
So you can't say that we're going to run our household off of 50-50, 70-30, because sometimes it may be 80-20.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So sometimes, okay, say it just, we're going to use you for an example, Lady D.
Okay.
Just like when you decided, okay, I want to go do my PI thing, this and that and the third. If you had a spouse, you decided that you wanted to take off of work for 6 months.
I did.
It ain't no 100, it ain't no 50-50, it ain't no 80-20, it's 100% on this over here.
Yeah.
So we have to take numbers out of relationships and learn how to be emotional support partners.
Love unconditionally.
Come
Bottom
on now.
line.
Come
Love
on.
That's
Because when we
That's
put numbers on relationships, they gonna continuously fail.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Mike. Let me cut you off.
Yeah.
When you put a price on love and relationships.
Okay, let me take it a little bit further if I may. Okay, to piggyback off what Mike said about the emotional support. I'm opening up because this is a forum where we all can be open before we talk. My husband suffered a aneurysm in 2019 and he had a stroke. And God and me nursed my husband back up. My husband is back to where he was. But when my husband got sick, I didn't bail. It made me become stronger and more attentive to him. Only because of the man that he was before he had his stroke. Had he been one of those old no good low down
Come on
men
now.
that was not right with me, I'm telling you, my responsibility as a wife, I'd have bailed.
It would have
took out.
shifted.
But because he was good to me, he did right by me. We communicated. We had our marriage. It's like I said, we talked to each other. We loved each other. It was like whatever I wanted and needed, he provided for me and I provided for him. He protected me, provided me. I nurtured, supported, and did what I was supposed to do. And when this man got sick and got to a point where he couldn't and I had to do everything, I dived in. I'm talking about 10 toes down, 10,000%. And I've been here. You need to have somebody on your side who can be able to support you when you at your lowest. We all gonna be good and be there when we at our at the point or at our highs, we got each other back. But you need somebody who can readily identify if you're having a stroke, if you got high blood pressure, if you're going through something, if you have some kind of illness. You don't want nobody gonna run at the first sign of something bad happening, or I can't handle, or it's too much for me, or I didn't sign up for this. Yes, you did. When you get married, you sign up for everything that goes along with it. So me being here doing what I'm doing for him, I haven't, like one time I haven't wavered or nothing. It's saying enjoying it, I'm enjoying it. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I haven't, it get overwhelming. Yeah, it got overwhelming. But getting him back to where he is now and being, like all the way back from where he was with couldn't talk, couldn't do nothing, couldn't remember nothing, but he's all the way back there now and making these steps, I'm good at, where we at now. It's even so much as my grandson was 5 years old and told my husband, Paw, when I get big, I want to get a wife like you got. He said, because my Gigi take care of you. And that just did something to me at 5 years old, a child see that. And my husband's response was, well, when you get your age, my age grandson, they probably don't even exist then.
Well, let me piggyback on what you said because I believe in fair game.
Right.
I believe fair game means we're on the same team. But you have to start from the beginning.
From the beginning.
Because while we talking and we're going out to dinner and you really want to know if I'm someone you want to be, let's ask some real questions.
Yeah.
Let's talk about health. Let's say say
Yeah.
how you feel.
Yeah.
Because some people just are not caretakers.
Yeah.
And I'm not upset with them, but I think you should have known that.
Yeah.
Because I had to be a caretaker. So I know. So I've been on both sides of the fence. Married 26 years, single 5 years. And I have not dated yet. And the reason why I'm not, because I realize that it's a lot I have to discuss. See, you can't come in my life and get comfortable.
Right.
Because I need to know where your values, how do you feel about the yard? See, because if you can walk by and see them weeds and you're okay with your yard looking kind of way, I believe that in order to bond, you gotta say things. If you don't like no dirty kitchen, when you're dating me, tell me. Say,
Right.
when you can go to bed with anything else. Hell, your clothes can be on the floor, but don't leave that kitchen dirty because it really bothers me. Or you know what? Better still, let me help you if you're tired and overwhelmed.
Well, piggyback off of that, me growing up, my mama always, she taught me how to wash clothes, how to wash dishes,
Yeah.
clean the house.
Yeah.
Uh, I grew up without no dad, so it's certain stuff I had to learn either on my own or I watched somebody else.
Right.
I knew when I got older that I was gonna at some point I was gonna have to do these things, especially with a woman. So I learned how to cut grass. I learned how to change a tire. I learned how to go in when my mama leave and go to work because I knew she had to get the bacon. I learned how to cook. I learned how to iron clothes. I was ironing her work clothes.
Yeah.
So I learned, life skills growing up because she knew I was gonna need them. You know, and I see a lot of young men out here don't even know how to change a tire.
Right.
Don't know how to work on cars. I learned that. I learned that just from watching people on the street or watching family members. But with the 50-50 thing, like I said, as long as the household is taken care of, like I say, each person has their part. I'm able to get the kids together, get them ready or whatever or whatnot.
Right.
I'm able to cook for them. I'm not gonna leave it all to her.
Right.
She called. I never been married, so I don't know. But if she called and be like, "Hey, can you do this?" I can do it. I'm able to do it, and I do it with no problem.
Right.
Just to take stress off of her. You got to be there for the woman. It's not just a price on what you could do monetary. You got to be able to be there for the woman emotionally, mentally, and before any of that, spiritually.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
do.
so everybody just trying to get to the good part.
That's it.
But you got to build. It's just like a house. You got to set a foundation, and move on up.
Well, I piggybacking on what you said because I'm really taking this all in
Yeah.
because and what I'm really seeing is that while people are worried about the 50-50, it needs to be what do we bring to the table? How
Yeah.
do I enhance your life? And how do you enhance mine?
Come on.
See,
Yeah.
that's because while we sitting there at State 48, you already looking at what I'm ordering because you say I done got 2 hors d'oeuvres. And so you looking at me. Then you have to ask some real, see, people don't like to ask tough questions. I will ask you, what are your intentions? How do you feel about paying your bills on time? See, credit is important to me.
Yeah.
And if you don't like to pay your bills on time, then I want to be responsible for our bills because I believe in paying our bills on time because I believe if we need something,
Yeah.
we should be able to go get it because guess what? We are not fair game, we are a real team.
Right.
And when you're a real team, you're gonna pull together and talk
Communication.
about everything.
Right.
I don't care how bad, I don't care how bad it is, you're gonna talk about it. Now, women, we gonna hide shoes in the trunk of the car. Don't go look. Cause that's fair
we are.
game for us.
Yeah,
we
we
gonna
are.
slip that dress in.
Yeah, we
But
are.
at the end of the day, if we're facing our responsibility, could you just tell us, oh, that's new, you look pretty in it. We already know you to notice it. We tried to hang it up
Yeah.
in there with them other clothes. Because we know that you be saying that. But when you talk about relationship communication, leave the 50-50 out.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be okay. So if you fix the air condition and I fix the cornbread, we can't put no price on it. The
Yeah.
cornbread, you just whipped it up some jiffy. You didn't even get no cornmeal and no
You
milk
didn't
and
do
no
it
bacon
homemade. You didn't
powder.
go from scratch.
You didn't break. You ain't got no cast iron skillet.
Well, I tell
You
you
got
what, I ain't learned how to bake no cornbread.
so so what I'm getting from this is that we have to be individuals in our relationship at all times and knowing our value and what we bring. Now, don't get me wrong. If I'm paying the most of the bills and you chilling,
You ain't gonna have to touch nothing.
gee, okay then, okay. 'Cause
We all got a
Yeah,
responsibility.
but- it like that.
You know, because I'm serious. You know, like if you just, every time I go in there, you want to tell me what the game is, and could you vacuum that carpet in between halftime, or do you have to watch the stats? So sometimes you got to be willing to understand. Maybe that's the 50% that I need from you while you watching the game.
Right,
I don't need for you to watch the 11 o'clock game, the 3 o'clock game, and the 7 o'clock game. You can't just sit there all those hours. We got to
Yeah.
prepare.
Yeah.
And I think that's it, communication.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that
It's a
is
partnership.
Well,
Yeah,
in the
partnership.
words of John Witherspoon, rest his soul, you got to coordinate. Yeah.
okay.
And again, when you're talking about a relationship, it numbers, that's what pay the bills.
Right.
But it should never put a value or a strain on two people loving one another.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, it's gonna take everybody to pull 100 on both ends
Yes.
to sit there and make that relationship work.
Yes.
I mean, because we can sit there, the 50-50 thing, it's a topic that we can go all day and talk about.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, it's gonna all bow down to those two people and whatever work for their household.
Exactly.
Because again, sometimes you may not be able to bring 50%.
You not.
Sometimes you're not going to be able to bring 70.
You don't want to.
So long as you have a partner that can pick up where you can't,
Exactly.
that's all that matters.
Exactly.
We have to start thinking more, and I hate to say,
You don't hate to say it.
Open mind.
You don't hate to say it. But
Hey.
Don't say it.
don't say it.
no, we're gonna, it's straight talk, no chaser. But we're
Okay,
gonna
straight talk,
we
no
gonna
chaser.
leave it out for this episode, for episode one.
Chasing.
So,
okay.
but in all seriousness and everything, but I just wish that people be more open minded and learn how to lead without numbers.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, if you find someone that you can, weather the storm with,
Mm-hmm.
then that's your
Numbers
one.
don't matter. Right.
I'm not gonna worry about no 70-30.
Right.
Because if I'm bringing home $250,000 a year, and you bringing home 40, what do I actually expect for you to? What do I expect for you to
Pay
contribute?
for the vacation.
So I mean, know what you get. Like we always say, if you got a problem with doing for that other person, date your wage.
Yeah. Date your wage. That's it.
So and don't think because you date somebody in the same tax bracket that it's still gonna be peaches and cream.
It's still
No,
got to
it
be
ain't.
commitment.
You
It's
know,
still got to be commitment.
Because you can get that person just because they got the money. Guess what? Emotionally, they may not even much be there.
Emotionally dead.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what I'm saying. You
Most
gotta
I
Yeah.
like
have
that. Now that was a straight
spiritual.
there. That was that
Yeah.
was real
Gotta be
fast.
spiritual, mental, and emotional.
Yeah,
Right.
Gotta be emotional there.
they all work hand in hand.
But I think in dating, I think that when the 50-50 comes up because
That's when you
it
find out.
be visual that they're looking at, but you got to get off in there and
Yeah, you
figure
got.
out
Yeah, you got to
who
look
you're
good
talking to.
Yeah.
And it's not, but you always ask them, what are you committed to? See, because first of all, you got to be committed to the relationship. Because as Madam said over there, you know, somebody could fall down. Are you willing to pay everything?
Right.
And
Right.
how long? Because see, I don't need to be laying up there and you asking me where I'm going and you see my legs still in that cast. I ain't going nowhere
Right.
back to sleep when
Right.
you bring that medication to me. So we gonna be straight and you gonna know me and I'm gonna know
Yeah.
you. And people say, oh, you bitter. No, I'm not bitter. I'm at peace, honey.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I've been in good relationships. I've chased. I done been chased.
Yeah.
I done drove by to see was your car home. I done did
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
I ain't ashamed to talk about it, baby. This is straight no chaser here.
So you were
Yeah.
stalking a little bit.
Oh, I was a stalker. Had that baby had that clock you put on there. You hit that snooze button because you know the club is out of two. You go, you got something to eat. I'm trying to see what time you got there because I know Madam did it too because I saw her at the intersection. I saw her at the intersection.
You go out there and check the miles on the car, see what.
We don't pull up on their yard and feel their hood to see if they still cold.
You gotta.
But the thing about it, when you say, this is who I want to build with, this is who I want to grow with, this is who I want to see my accomplishments
Yeah.
with, I'm sorry. If we've been on a mattress on the floor for 2 years, we ain't got no business together.
Yeah, we ain't be able to.
Somebody
Yeah.
should have went and got a box spring
Yeah.
got a rail by now.
Yeah.
So and those are the things you talk about. Hey, we don't have a lot, but what would we like to accomplish in a year
Yeah.
or 2 years? So when you have that 50-50, you're gonna be selfish because you're gonna say, hey, I done gave all my money. I ain't got no money. What you gonna do? And just because a person is down today, it doesn't mean that they're gonna be down tomorrow.
Yes.
Because I'm gonna
Yes.
tell you something, baby.
Yes.
A lot of people looked at these people. I bet Beyonce had a whole bunch of people came through her life. And she might not been, but look who she is today.
Yeah.
So people can't say, oh, you don't have this right now, or we don't have that right now. Baby, every day you wake up, it is a miracle.
Yeah. And it's a different. It's a big
Ain't that
blessing
right?
just to see
Ain't that
another
right?
day.
And again, when we put, I think when you draw and you put 50-50 on relationships, I think you start to set boundaries because everybody is protecting their 50%.
Sure is.
You
Check it
you,
out.
you don't want to put more in than the person than your partner.
Yeah.
So I think when that's why you shouldn't even much start off like that.
Don't even talk
Know
like that.
what you're going into before you go
get
into it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you have to label it with a 50-50 type of deal, that kind of structure, don't put too many boundaries. You bound to lose anyway.
Right, because love is unconditional. So
Yeah.
why would you go in there with all these conditions?
They skipping that.
Yeah, they
They
skipping
skipping
that.
that.
You know, because if you go into there thinking that, oh, you know, you when you drove up, you know, you had this kind of car. Well, I don't have that car anymore. Do it change who I am?
Right.
Because see, I'm not going to change. The only thing you could go to be, see, a relationship is like a little tree. We're going to water it. We're going to fertilize it. Have you ever went by someone's house, your grandma's, used to play in the tree, now you can't even reach to get up there? That's the way a relationship should go. Leave the 50-50 out and you're going to be better. You're going to be at peace. You're going to trace dreams together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Y'all gonna
say
support each other.
they say they
Support each other.
unconditional with loving, but it's always conditions. They won't tell you right off, but it's always conditions. And the majority of people, like when they first start dating, the dating stages, they not taking time out to get to know who they dealing with. Everybody, from my experience, when it comes to learning a woman, learning what she like, the moment I get on the phone and talk, they always, when you gonna take me out? Well, let's talk on the phone a couple of times, and
Get to know
you
each
know
other.
they want to go out in a rush to go out. Who you got out there trying to see you? Because you ain't talked to me
They just trying to
a
get their
good 2
seafood ball.
hours.
That's
Huh?
it.
Yeah, they want their seafood ball. They ain't got time to get to
like
know
you
you.
ain't talked to me a good 2 hours. A
It's tough
good,
too many people coming out with their hand out. You got your hand
yeah,
out.
I've
You
encountered
want it.
that too.
Yeah, you want somebody to give you some. You being a taker instead of giving. You got to learn somebody first.
Yeah,
We got to
they don't want
communicate
to
with each
spend
other. We got to get to know each other.
a good conversation with a woman trying to get to know her. Y'all don't even be really paying attention to the time. Time just
First of all, if you can't effectively communicate with me, we don't
yeah.
need to talk. Because I need to be able to understand. If you
I
can
won't.
understand, if you can communicate, if you can talk, and if you can read, and if you can write.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna need all that to be able to be done because yeah, I'm gonna need some stuff done. I'm proud.
Okay,
Right.
there go them conditions. But I think that's what you're saying because if you know you see people, and you know what I agree with you because one thing I have never been interested in is when you gonna take me out to eat.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
never been important to
to
me.
me, right?
What I would like to do is when can we just spend some us time
Yeah,
where we can really
get to
sit.
know each other.
See, I don't
Mhm.
care.
Yeah.
But I guess everything in life, though, it may depend on what you've been exposed to. Now,
Yeah.
if you ain't been eating them seafood balls, don't grin at me and think I'm finna buy them. You ain't been
Yeah.
eating them no way because you
Yeah.
can't even pronounce them clams.
I mean,
Okay.
you want to make a woman comfortable when she go out, but like
Let the
some
man offer.
they be wanting them to go above and beyond, and they just make
Yeah.
like,
And
Yeah.
baby,
that
we
is
not
why
gonna tell you
they're
now.
by
We not going to
themselves.
State
That's why they by
48, and I
themselves.
just bet you.
Yeah.
Oh, no. See, I think we had this conversation before, putting a limit on what you spend on the first date. Didn't we talk about that?
We
on
have
Sunday?
had that discussion.
You know, there's a limit to your first date.
But hold on, I don't mean to cut you off.
Okay, that's okay.
Depending on what she like, and if a man is creative, you ain't even got to spend 150.
Right. Well, the thing about it is,
But
see, okay, so when someone takes me out and we've been talking,
yeah,
we're gonna talk about our budget because I don't never see. I'm getting to know you. I don't date. I'm not gonna date just to date. I used to date
Yeah.
to date, but
Yeah.
now
intent.
I'm
You date with a purpose.
Got to
You
be
date
some
with a
intent
I'm only
behind it.
dating
Yeah,
for the purpose.
yeah.
I'm talking about when I date now. Oh, they might have to wear a sign with a tattoo on them because I'm dating for a purpose
Yeah.
now, a commitment.
Yeah.
You know, so you're right about that. You don't want anybody to think that we're never going to have the 50-50, the commitment, the partnership, or nothing because you're not coming at me correct. You're
Yeah.
coming at me as if I'm fair game. I'm not fair game in the street. The street, you've been there, you meet people. Hi, what's your name? You don't need to know my name. You can buy my gas, but I know we can talk about that on
Yeah,
another
I'd pull
subject.
my little old debit card out. What pump? Yeah, what pump you on?
Yeah, get in your car and drive off while she thinking you paying for it.
Yeah. I'm not that type of guy. I pay
Okay,
for it.
hey, I
I'm not that type of guy.
I know,
And
but
because of the time, we got to bring this episode to a close.
we just got.
But this is episode 1, but we're going to hit you with the last shot. You can't lead where you don't invest. Real partnership means showing up consistently, not just financially, but emotionally, spiritually, and practically.
Right.
We definitely want to thank you for tuning in with us for episode 1 of Straight Talk No Chaser. Don't forget you can hit us on all social media platforms at Straight Talk No Chaser. Next week, we'll be bringing it right back to you. I don't even much remember what the
I want it to be good.
I don't even much remember what the topic
Oh,
is, but
yeah,
we got something good for you. Of course, it's gonna always be interesting.
I know it.
And before we before we get out of here, we still want to let you know how each and every week will be the different segments that we will be bringing to you. Each week, of course, we'll be starting off with straight facts. This is where I kick it off with raw, verified truth, numbers, headlines, or culture stats that set the record straight. No cap, just facts. Before we talk feelings, we look at the receipts.
And we also have a segment, No Chaser. We will be getting into the heart of the topics on those episodes. It's the deep dive into the main topic.
And I'll be bringing you the culture sip. After that, we keep it juicy with the culture sip. This is where we pull up that the streets are talking about, pop culture, black excellence, drama, wins, whatever's trending in the culture. We sip on it, break it down, and decide if it's champagne worthy or straight up cap.
And what I'll bring to the table is looking at both sides, balance. And I will be the one to say, okay, I was wrong, but now I got it right. Tune in.
And then, of course, we'll bring you the last shot before we wrap it all up. I'll always leave you with something solid. The last shot is that one message that hits different. It might check you, challenge you, or charge you up. Either way, you'll definitely feel it. Once again, thank you for tuning in to Straight Talk. My man Face Off, Lady D, Madam Dee, we all appreciate you.
And we out.
That's it.